Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, to the Divine Mother, and all sages and saints, and to each of you, divine soul, watching today's satsang. We are currently studying the Holy Scripture, Mysticism of Devi Mahatmya, Worship of God as Mother. Commentary is by my Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So we are currently studying the worship of Goddess Lakshmi. And we had yesterday covered all the 8 aspects of Goddess Lakshmi and all the blessings she bestows upon us. So perishable fortune also needs to be cultivated, but such pursuit must be based upon dharma. Perishable fortunes means worldly wealth and things that so many of us go after. So that's okay to have that, but it should be ethical. With that ethical value of life. Perishable fortune consists of money, property, harmonious relationships, friends and family, power, recognition, etc. This form of fortune can become a means to the cultivation of spiritual virtues as well as the promotion of knowledge. So, depending on our attitude towards these things, they are not good or bad, they're there. But a lot of times people who do this just for material needs and they get stuck and use it improperly is when it becomes the same thing becomes a curse. Whereas if you use these things for the betterment of humanity ourselves, then it becomes a blessing. So if we pursue this perishable fortune, considering it to be an end in itself, we will then be opposing the favor of Goddess Lakshmi. So she has blessed us with this prosperity. We should use it wisely. If we pursue objects of desire with craving and deep egoistic involvement, then even if we get those objects, they will simply denounce us. They will be there only to exert constant pressure upon us, to give us adversity and to be a source of pain and misery. So the same goddess becomes a Lakshmi, which means inauspicious. So if we are doing things in an ethical and proper manner, the goddess is auspicious, and when we start becoming conceited, proud, egotistical, then the goddess withdraws her grace. And although we have that money and wealth, those things, they don't give us peace, they don't give us happiness. Instead, we get diseases and stress and pain and misery. On the other hand, if we renounce the egoistic involvements and simply pursue objects because they are needed in our life for our evolution, maintaining a spirit of surrender, then we become truly prosperous. Whatever we attain will be utilized by us for our spiritual advancement. That should be our thought. Worshipping Goddess Lakshmi implies understanding that the wealth that comes to us is not ours. We are simply a caretaker. We cannot take anything with us. We didn't create it either. So it's all part of that cosmic plan. Utilize wealth well, and the grace of the goddess will follow. Whatever and whenever you are blessed with some prosperous condition, think of Goddess Lakshmi and develop humility. Because the moment you become proud rather than humble, Lakshmi's grace will be withdrawn, as we just discussed. The wealth that could have done you great good will now turn against you. In some parts of India, they show Goddess Lakshmi seated on an owl, implying that whoever allows wealth to rule his head becomes like an owl. He cannot see, he cannot distinguish right from wrong. On the other hand, if you utilize your prosperity for promoting spiritual values of life, the goddess then sits on the eagle bird Garuda and lets you fly high to the realms of transcendence. This is Swami Nikhilananda. So in tomorrow's satsang, we will be covering worship of Goddess Saraswati. Om Tat Sat.